In the fairway here at the 10th, nice way to start off the back nine.
Frank, getting set for this approach shot. Our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Just 5 feet left. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Onto the par 4 11th hole. Frank, what's the best play here?
No bunkers really here to worry about, Rich, so you have to pick something in the distance as a good line. Something a little bit away from the water that protects the left side of this fairway. And it's adjacent to the 15th hole, the other par 5 coming home. So a good drive, a little bit of cut off the tee, and that should shape up nicely for this long par 4.
Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards. Should be safely on deck.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Headed for a handful right now. 4 birdies on the day. 12th hole now, looking at 192 yards, par 3.
Won't quite play that distance because that tee shot is considerably downhill. But you really have to be cognizant of the wind if it's coming off the left, because it easily brings that water into play down the right should that tee shot just start moving with the wind.
Well, that is a ball striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close.
Frank, 2 is nice, but
3 is even better.
it happens sometimes, Frank. They don't all drop.
No, but you try telling them right now.
Settles in over the putt. Knocks that putt in for par to stay at 3 under. Par 5 13, Frank, what kind of scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get on a par 5, obviously birdies and eagles come to mind. 13's been changed a little bit over the years. The split fairway's gone, now it's just one fairway. Water in play, bunker on the left side, they certainly define this fairway. And they've toughened up the front and left side of this par 5 green. The longer hitter, the high ball hitter, still will get a reward at 13. That's a ginormous tee shot. Well, with a good shot here, Rich, I'll tell you, this eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage.
Oh, this is right at it.
On the green in regulation. A good 29-foot putt here. That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
This for birdie. How about that? 4 under par. Par 4 14th, Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would, even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent. It's going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side is no snack either because the ball more often than not will finish well above the player's feet. And of course that green is very, very narrow, well protected by bunkers on the left.
The second shot now to the par 4. Down, little Sheba, down! Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that and keep that club moving. That grass is going to be that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. Really. This is an awkward length.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
And getting ready for the putt. Frank, we hear the sports psychologists say, forget about the bad shot, put it behind you. But you know, it just isn't that easy sometimes. You make the double bogey as he did on a previous hole, you're steaming mad. It's hard to let it go.
Well, it's like a lot of things in life too. You've got to choose whether you want to be your own friend or your own foe. And you know, right now you can see that he's fighting himself, and that's the biggest difference. You've got to realize your best friend out there is you.
Confidence right now clearly is shaken. Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Frankie could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach too. And Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
Frank, looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still going to, well, he's still going to get away with it.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. They'll have 17 feet on this putt. Do that. Well, partner, here we go. Players have characterized it as terrifying, chaotic, amazing. The stadium atmosphere here at this hole, the 16th of par 3, is really spectacular, isn't it, Frank?
It is. Because of the atmosphere, the number of people, this is the closest a golfer gets to like kicking a field goal in a Super Bowl. It's just surrounded by people. It's not really the difficulty of the hole. Just over 160 yards, a modest par 3. There's no water in trouble. But it's an atmosphere that golfers never normally are familiar with.
Man.
They just pushed it.
That hurts. He has this for par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, when you get to the 17th hole, we always recall maybe the single most bizarre shot in the history of golf.
Yeah, everybody talks about maybe a hole-in-one at 16, but really 17. And the player was Andrew McGee. It was a good tee shot, don't get me wrong. But Rich, it needed an assist.
Well, the assist came from Tom Byram, whose brother Kurt is a commentator for the Golf Channel. Tom Byram was just minding his own business, standing on the green, sort of leaning on his putter, and you know what happened.
Yeah, the ball hit Tom Byron's putter and then careened into the hole. So, 17. Made famous a little bit of history with a couple of names to drag up from the past.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Good work right there, now to 6 under. Well, again, the fairways are lined with those huge galleries coming off 16 and 17. Now the finishing hole here at TPC Scottsdale. And Frank, what can we expect?
Well, this is a goodie. Oh, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power to... Just smokes it.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.